Now, every business should have a robust email marketing system. EDMs are an incredibly powerful way of speaking to your audience when they're not on your website or when they're not engaging with your brand. They're at home, they're out on their phone, they're checking their emails. You're coming in and talking to them during their normal day. It gives you a new opportunity to engage your clients when they wouldn't otherwise be engaged with you. So this sort of re-engagement of clients can be very powerful, but it also needs to be orchestrated in a way that that they're open to. You'll probably find going through your emails, it's kind of like delete, 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 oh, something important, delete, 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 something important. And that process that you're going through in your mind there subconsciously is based on how busy you are. So if it's a Saturday and you've just had breakfast and your family's out, and you've got nothing to do, you're lying on the couch and you've done all your emails for the week, so there's no new emails in there on a Saturday because everyone's finished emailing you on Friday. You already responded to those emails on Friday. So all the emails in your inbox now are all marketing. And on that couch, you sit there and you go, oh, well, I would normally delete that one, but I'll just have a quick read of this one because I've got the time right now. And then I'll just have a look what there is there. So choosing what time you email people is incredibly important. And some of these softwares that tell you the best time of day is 10 a.m., 10 a.m. on Monday, for example, that's based on certain behavior types. But then there's a whole bunch of other behavior types and other kinds of messages, depending on what the message is, that works at all different kinds and times of the day. So we can work with you to help you discover what time of the day you should be sending your specific message. And then there's the message itself, what the message says. So there's a lot of very clever ways that we can, first of all, draft the subject line and also sort of design the email so that it has some sort of intrinsic value to the receiver. For example, if you were in the design industry, and so you are a designer, you're always interested to see other really cool designs. Now, for example, it's not a huge amount of commitment to click on the email and then quickly scroll to see if you like any of the designs. If you like a design, then you'll click. So this is what we call staged engagement. Rather than writing a huge big email, trying to get the user to engage or read this whole email, it's never going to happen because people are quickly scrolling through their emails going delete, 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 delete. But if I every time they click on an email, it's sort of like I click on it, the page loads, delete. Click on it, page loads, delete. People are very are less likely to be sort of swiping right to delete things before they even read it, unless they know who it's from and the person who it's from has historically sent them a lot of rubbish. So I'll delete things without even reading them if I know that historically when I've clicked on it, it's given me rubbish. So it's important to make sure that your EDMs from the very beginning don't deliver rubbish. Otherwise, you'll very quickly lose the ability to continue talking with your target demographic because you'll be known as a rubbish brand. So first rule is only send something that isn't rubbish so that you don't become rubbish ongoing. You don't want to get labelled or sort of typecast as this rubbish deliverer. Second is use a staged engagement approach. So what I mean by that is really engaging email, and then if they like it, they can click through to a page on your site. No long emails of text. Really engaging email. Wow, that all looks awesome. I have to click on something on that page because it's so exciting. Click through information on your website. The cool thing about this is you're getting more people back to your site. When you pull someone back to your site, the engagement has taken another step. It's like when someone says, have you seen that really cool movie? No, I haven't seen it. And then you forget about it. But then when you see a poster of that movie, you're like, oh, that's that movie that guy was telling me about. And then you might Google the movie name and watch the trailer, for example. So this staged engagement gets you excited. It's also part of the concept of the diffusion of innovation. So lots of innovative ways to touch the client. So the first way you touch them is a great subject line. The second way you touch them is impressing them with seeing this awesome content that isn't too detailed or, too reedy. And then they can click on it. Then they're engaged again on the site in some way. And then on the site, there's a button for them to get involved or a button for them to do something. So if you're going to talk to people, have something that they can do. People just send these EDMs and you read them and it's like, information. Whoa, now I can't even do anything to engage with you. The other thing that people do is they just send these emails that are just constantly selling. So, for example, I go to someone's site, I maybe look at their software, I sign up for a demo account, and then I just get harassed every month. We've got this new feature. Why aren't you a client yet? It's like, then you need to treat people as your brand's friend, not just as like a target that hasn't, you haven't hit yet. So what if you're going to send an EDM, think about what your clients want. What do they want? It might not be the same as what you want them to do. If you've got a document website, for example, you want your client to sign up to your service, but your client wants different things. Maybe your client wants a free document. Hey, here's the free document of the month. Send them a free document. Get them using your documents. Or maybe it's that you're going to give them a little bit of advice about business law, for example. Hey, here's something that's happening in the industry that's changing. There's a law changing that all business owners should be aware of. Great headline. But instead of putting the new law written out in the email, just make a great graphic about this new law and how it's really important, and get buy-in by asking them to click it and go to your site. Because if they really want to know what this new law is, then make them work for it. Make them go and get it. Or maybe you could say you could download this now, and then when it comes up to download, it asks them a quiz question or something. So you need to engage them. It's not just about delivering this new tip in the email and they read it and go, thanks for the tip, delete. That hasn't created an engagement. You haven't engaged with them enough for them to click through to your site or to leave a message or to give you their email, to ask for more engagement. You've got to play this game of give and take. It's not just give some information and feel like that must be building brand loyalty. It doesn't even matter if they liked the information. They'll still delete your email later because it only takes one or two emails that they don't like for them to delete. But if it's good enough for them to click through, you're teaching them this behavior of interacting with you, not simply reading you. So it's not just give, it's give and take. It's got to be a two-way situation. So what this service is about is for us to set up your email marketing platform and to design the templates, a couple of templates for your communication on the EDM. So we'll use your brand to build these sort of EDM templates. We'll do a couple of layouts, one that's a bit more wordy, one with some cool images or graphics, so that you can then replace those images with the image of the week or the image of the month. Now, you don't need to custom design every EDM that you send out. In fact, by doing that, it can actually occur impersonal, or like you're too big of a company and that your email out's just going to everyone, and it's not as sort of it's not as organic. It didn't come from the secretary. It didn't come from the floor. It came from the marketing team. So it's actually okay if it's just happy snaps around the office, for example, or a picture of the special on the desk. The EDM can feel a little bit more hot off the press and a little bit more real and candid than your marketing would. In fact, it's kind of better if it has this sort of like if I signed up to the Gucci email marketing thread, and then I get these like ads from Gucci every month. I just feel like I'm just paying to get their billboards. I mean, I'm not paying. Sorry, it's a free email, but I just feel like, why are they sending me ads in my email? I get enough ads in the day, unless I'm a real Gucci freak and I just want to see the new Gucci products come out all the time. What I'd rather get the photos from the Gucci design room of this, sneak peeks of something they're working on, or the dress that never got released, or the bag that that's been improved somehow, or some photos from the fashion week, or, that's the sort of stuff people want to see. They want to see kind of behind the scenes. So think about what your strategy of your EDMs is. Is your strategy of your EDM to build your social brand, or are you using your social for that? Or is your EDMs to build the VIP social, the social that you can't get from the normal social, that you need to be a member of to get? And then people really feel like they're genuinely seeing behind the scenes. And then when you say to people, hey, we've got a special for all of our members, then they believe you, because it's like, wow, I saw in the studio last week, I saw them doing that photo shoot. I saw what's her name without her makeup on, and then they give me a special. Now I believe it, because there's some relationship there. I believe that I'm actually getting this sort of behind the scenes discount, right? So you need to think about how you're going to deliver your EDM to your client, what the message is going to be, how often you're sending it, what time you're sending it. These are all really important, and together it makes EDMs hyper effective. But if you only get one of those things right, it's pretty certain that your EDM will be as ineffective as everyone else's.